Three friends named Cecilia, Bianca, and Chelsea decided to overcome any fears of roller coasters and be brave, so they went on the scariest roller coaster at Scarywood, called Aftershock. Not only was this roller coaster the tallest one in the amusement park, but it was also the fastest one. While standing in line, the three girls felt very anxious and nervous. It was not helping that the roller coaster cars kept flying by at the speed of light right before their eyes. Then the next thing they knew, they could not see the roller coaster anymore because it had flown up so high. By this time, which had been about 5 minutes of waiting in line, the three girls were terrified. After the three girls talked it out with each other, they decided they really need to do it and be brave. So they waited in line for about 10 more minutes, and it was finally time for the girls to get on the ride. The muscles in their stomachs were tightening and turning as they waited for the ride to start. Once it started, they had no time to think. The roller coaster shot backwards and straight up a very steep track, so they were looking straight down to the ground. Then the roller coaster came to a short pause, then shot back down, making their stomachs now feel like they were going to fly right out of their mouths. But at least they were going forward this time. The roller coaster was going so fast that the girls could not even see what was coming. They went through a couple of upside down loops and zigzags, then the next thing they knew, they were headed straight up to the sky again, and this time looking straight up at it too. The roller coaster came to another pause, but this time the pause seemed to last longer. After about 10 seconds, the girls began to look at each other with confusion while tightening their grips quite a bit. Suddenly they did not feel safe stuck very high up in this roller coaster, facing straight up to the sky, which was pretty much all they could see. They could hear mumbling from the other passengers. Some were still laughing, some were talking about the roller coaster breaking down and getting stuck, and some yelling, "Let me off!" The three girls never imagined that they would get stuck on a roller coaster, but now that it was happening, they were very scared and did not know what the roller coaster was going to do next. The only way it can go is backwards to go back down, but was it going to slowly lower them or fly back once it starts again? This made the girls extremely anxious again, and they started telling each other, maybe we don't always have to be brave. Finally, the roller coaster started moving backwards slowly, but there was still no ground close enough to be able to step out of the coaster. Some attendants came to the people as far as they could and said, "Sorry for the technical difficulties. We will get the roller coaster going again as soon as we can." Well, Cecilia, Chelsea, and Bianca did not feel comfortable with staying on the roller coaster any longer, so they said they want to be let off the ride right away. So the girls were escorted off of the roller coaster by a couple of the attendants, and they felt very lucky that they made it out of the madness safely with no injuries. That day, they realized how dangerous roller coasters can be, and that sometimes it is not all about bravery, but more importantly, about each other's safety.